Hey there guys, this video I'm going to be showing off my Sybaris. Now, I don't really like Sybaris at all. Like, I don't know, a lot of people say it's a really good weapon, it's like amazing and it's spectacular and that kind of stuff. Well, I don't know, I just don't really enjoy it that much. I don't really like using it, I don't really find that fun, I don't really like being forced to to basically earn to basically use it as a headshot weapon, for a crit. Like, I don't really like that. I don't really like the way it makes you use it as a crit. And I just don't know. I'm not really that accurate. Again, I feel like a weapon that you need to have a lot of accuracy for, and you need to stop there and aim, is in a game like Warframe where it's basically a hack and slash where like a weapon that's basically you throw bullets at every single enemy, and is a weapon that's a lot more superior, and pretty much like any weapon that fires a lot of bullets, like auto rifles, that kind of stuff, just fire a lot of bullets into like a horde of enemies, is in my opinion a lot better than a weapon where you want to be a lot accurate on your shots and you want to shoot them more accurately. And I don't know, I just don't really like the playstyle that Sybaris gives out. I don't really enjoy using it, so I don't know. I don't usually like using this weapon that much. But again, this little build series is to give builds for newer players and players that don't have all these higher mods, that kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna, if because I know a lot of people like this weapon. And I know a lot of new players might want to make a build for this. So I was thinking I was going to give it out because again I do have a build for I do a build for it, so if I ever do want to use it, I can use it. So yeah, I don't know. So let's actually have a look at it. So as we all know, this weapon is a crit build. It's a crit weapon. It is literally, to basically use this weapon, you need to make it a crit weapon. So that's why I made a crit build. I've got all these these little crit mods. Very important. Basically my three crit builds, and again, it's just these are my three crit mods. If I'm making a crit build, you're gonna see these three on them. If you're a newer player, it's what you're gonna see. So yeah, so we're gonna have a look. We got accuracy. It's pretty medium, but again, doesn't really matter. It's for what it's for, you only really fire two shots. So again, accuracy isn't really that important. Again, you can't really upgrade, so it doesn't really matter what we're talking about. We've got crit chance, amazing, 62%, 62.5% crit chance, really good. This weapon, if you do get headshots, it is unbelievable. That's the main way you can kill them. If you are really good at getting headshots at enemies, amazing. If you're good with bows, you can either use them kind of stuff. I would recommend getting Sybaris because it's amazing when you get headshots. So obviously the crit chance is going to be absolutely amazing. So as you can see, it's right there. And with Argon Scope, which you can't actually see it right now, but it adds 135%, which is just a little lower than that. See how much that adds. That pretty much adds 40. That means you're going to be doing pretty much almost 100% crit chance if you proc Argon Scope, which is unbelievable. So that means you're going to get a headshot on an enemy. You're not going to kill them as quickly as other enemies, but then your next enemy, if you're aiming and you get a headshot on them, you're gonna utterly destroy them. No matter you're gonna do pretty much twice as much damage. It's unbelievable what you can do, what you can do with and scope, that kind of stuff. So yeah, you can see the critical multiplier, 3.2 times. Also pretty good. Fire rate pretty slow. That's another reason I don't really like this weapon. The fire rate isn't really the best, but it's doable, and it's still very fast. And also it is a weapon where you want to more accuracy over fire rate, so it's understandable. Mag at 10. This is probably where it annoys me the most because you reload so much. That's why I have fast hands on. If you form this a couple more times, you could probably put on any mag mods, any mag increasing mods like mag warp, or if you so want to, you could probably put on. Let's go over here. Probably put on what was it, wildfire if you want to. You can put heat damage on, so you can do extra damage if you can do that if you want. But again, I'm fine with having just faster hands, but that would be a good thing to put on to increase the mag size, because the magazine, it just annoys the heck out of me, and you kind of want to mod for that. You could switch out faster hands if you want to, if you want to increase the mag size, but it doesn't really matter. Noise, alarming, doesn't really matter. That's not really talk about. Reload, pretty fast. So how much does it increase? It's 2, but without fast hands. So again, it's still pretty slow. It's fast, but it's still slow. I wish it was for the mag size. I wish it was just out in, and then I'd pretty much continue firing because the mag size is so small. But can't get everything. Status, not that high. I haven't really done that much status weapons. A status not really that important. I'm pretty sure the status doesn't look amazing, but I'm pretty sure most hits you're gonna get a status on. Again, it's not as high. Again, it's some weapons where I say it it looks really low, but it's still pretty good. It's not like that. It's not as good as those weapons. So when I say with those weapons, every single bullet, every single time you're shooting an enemy, they're gonna get it procced at least once. For this, it doesn't happen every time. And that's because status isn't really for this weapon. This weapon's mainly made for crits. So that's why we've modded for crit and that kind of stuff. So yeah. And then we got trigger burst damage, and we can see down here the impact. It's got it's pretty even, a little bit more in slash, but still pretty even overall, pretty good damage. And then we got corrosive, which is 214, which is done with these two mods here. Now another thing you could do, this will take a little bit of former. Instead of putting magazine mods, which I don't recommend you not doing because you probably need to do magazine mods, is you can put on Stormbringer if you so want to, if you want to increase the corrosive damage, which would increase damage exponentially. Like corrosive damage when talking about that damage is pretty high in most weapons, so you could do that if you want to. I wouldn't recommend it. I'd rather increase the mag size so you can actually do more damage. You can get more shots into enemies, but you do whatever you want. Yeah. So let's actually have a look at the mods. So we got Centeration. Don't need to talk about that. Centeration is just good overall for every single weapon. It's just a mod that is on every single weapon, so there's no point talking about it. And now we got Argon Scope. We kind of talked about before. So basically, as you can see, on headshots, it increases the crit chance to really high, pretty much almost as high as point strike, and that, as I said before, increases to nearly 100% critical chance, which is really good. And if you don't kill an enemy straight away, if you shoot an enemy in the head, you don't kill it straight away, your next shot is going to kill him. Like it makes this weapon a lot more deadly when using this Argon Scope. So yeah, so I would again, very important mod. I talked about this before. It's a very important mod. You need it in pretty much every single build. It's very good. I would recommend getting it if I was you. If because you do need it. It's a very important mod on everything. So yeah, I would recommend getting it. Again, very hard. It's a very hard mod to get. But if you watch my other videos, I've talked about that before. So yeah, I'll just recommend you getting it. So yeah, we got Point Strike. Again, increases crit chance. We want crit chance to crit chance weapons, so there's no point talking about this. We got Hammer Shot, which increases crit damage. Now this, I used to think it actually increases crit chance, but actually increases crit multiplier, which is pretty good. And yeah, and then it also increases status, which again, not really that important. Only by 16. I mean, only by 4. Again, the status isn't really that important. It's just kind of nice to have it on. We really just wanted for its crit damage. That's all we really wanted for. But the status is a nice thing. We got these two mods here, which make corrosive. Again, corrosive best secondary and overall. There's heaps of videos online about it. I would recommend searching those up and seeing why, and just using it every single build. This is really good overall, and there's heaps of other videos just talking about why corrosive is so good and why you should use it and that kind of stuff. So I would recommend go watching those and seeing why. But if you just want to trust me, my word for it, I'll have corrosive on every single weapon. You can see it on my weapons. I always have corrosive every single weapon, and if it's not corrosive, I either have blast or a mix of blast and corrosive. So yeah. And now we have faster hands again. Like I said before, it's either faster hands or magazine size because increasing your magazine, it's either one or two or both. I'm probably gonna do both if I do formulas, which I probably won't because again I don't really like the weapons. So I don't know. So yeah. So again, you want faster hands, so because the reload is. It's annoying, like it's doable if you don't have faster hands on, but it's just so annoying. So again, I like to have faster hands on because this reload annoys me. So I would usually go over faster hands than magazine warp, wherever you call it. So yeah, so you can choose that. You can switch out magazine warp, and yeah, and then this spot here is probably for whatever you want. You can either put. I recommend either putting Stormbridge here, or magazine warp. So you choose one of the two. I would recommend magazine warp if I was you, but yeah, up to you. So yeah. Yeah, so as I said before, this weapon, I don't really like this weapon. I just don't really like playing with it that much. But that's not saying that you shouldn't get it. Like, don't get this weapon because I don't like it, because it is a really good weapon. I can see why it's good, and I can see why people use it. And yeah, so if you are able to get this weapon, I would totally recommend it, because just because I don't like it doesn't mean you won't like it. And I know heaps of people love it. And it is a really good weapon. Like, it's like a good A tier weapon. Like, it's really good, especially with its prime version and the I don't know what it's called. It's basically the one that comes every year. I don't know what it's called. I'm new to the game. I don't know every single weapon. So yeah, but I would recommend getting it if I was you. And yeah, and here's the build for it. Here's the beginner's quick build for it. So okay, see ya.